Tell me why getting dressed is important to you.
I'm not exactly sure why it's important to me, but I know that I've always felt very strongly about it. Like, even when I was in kindergarten, I remember having an obsession with this like puff paint cat sweatshirt. And then, I started Catholic school in second grade, and um, I always had a uniform, but any opportunity for exhibiting personal style was always important to me. So, you know, we had pretty free reign over our shoes, so I would get really obsessive about which shoes I had. And then by the time I was in junior high, having like crazy tights became the outlet at school for showing style. And my school had like a sweatshirt option, or you could have a plain jacket, but I found a vintage sweater that was official uniform wear, and that became my go-to. And I was like the only one with the weird vintage uniform sweater in school, and then like free dress days became an obsession. So yeah, fashion's always been important to me, but I don't exactly know why.
Tell me about what you're wearing today.
Today I have on, should we start bottom up?
Yeah.
Okay. My shoes come from a store called Remix, which is this great shop in West Hollywood. They take vintage patterns and remake them. So it's a new shoe, but it is from a 1920s boot pattern. And I coveted these shoes for like a year, and then finally they got an irregular batch in for like half price. I was like, okay, I have to do it. So yeah, my boots are from Remix, and this dress is from a vintage shop. It was like this big frock, but I was so drawn to the fabric, I decided I just had to rework it. So I'll show you. I turned it around. I'm wearing it backwards, and you can see the seams in the back. It's like the front of the dress. And then I just cobbled it together and shortened it, and voila. This belt is, or was my mom's. She is like the anti-hoarder and gets rid of everything as soon as she hasn't touched it for like a month. So for her to have like vintage items is pretty rare, but this is one of the few things that made it, that survived, and now it's mine. This necklace is also hers. Her name is Maggie. There's an M. It's an old necklace of my mom's. This sweater is from my favorite vintage shop, Play Clothes. It's on Magnolia Boulevard. It's like a beautifully curated store, and all the ladies that work there are super special. And this Nips button I just got in Japan. I was playing a show, and this guy had the button on, and I freaked out because one of my favorite bands, and I don't see stuff of theirs very often, and he was like, do you like my button? Here, you can have it. So very special memento. And that's it. I don't really wear a lot of jewelry and stuff, but I like it. I just tend to, yeah, be kind of like stripped down about it.
And then tell me about the other thing we talked about. I forgot.
How I know a piece of clothing is right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, when I'm at a thrift store or a vintage store, I just look for things that speak to me. I don't know. If the fabric is right, even if the fit isn't right, I will rework it. And often if I'm at a thrift store, if I'm picking something up and I notice it has like a a Target or a Forever 21 tag or something, I'll usually put it back because I feel like I'm more interested in finding items that have more of a soul. And I feel like the fast fashion manufactured clothing that you find in the malls now are really soulless. So, I don't know, I like to look at the potential of an item, and if it's been discarded but has some life to it, I think it's honorable to take it and kind of make it your own, and add buttons to it or do a little bit of tailoring.